and of trials born together make for strong and resilient communities. My wife joins me in extending our continuing and heartfelt condolences to those whose grief may in time ease, but will never fully pass. To those who rebuild day by day, looking to the future with hope, we can only offer you our warmest encouragement and our admiration. Charles, Prince of Wales. A year ago today, at 12:51 p.m. on the 22nd of February 2011, the lives of the people of Christchurch and Canterbury were changed forever by a devastating earthquake. A year ago today, lives were tragically cut short, families were ripped apart, and thousands of homes and buildings were destroyed beyond repair. The ripples of that disaster stretched around the world. People in far-flung lands lost loved ones and grieved too because they never returned. We have gathered to remember all that we have lost, all that has changed, and all the pain that we have endured since that day a year ago. We have stood in silence to remember those who were lost to us. Those who died are not forgotten. Their names are etched in our memories and on our memorials. Later, 185 monarch butterflies will be released. Each butterfly represents a person who died, a soul departed. The butterflies also symbolise a new beginning, like the rebirth and renewal of a cumbersome caterpillar out of a cocoon transformed into a creature of exquisite and delicate beauty. As we gather here to reflect a year on from the calamitous events, we also look ahead. While we remember what occurred and the grief of those most closely affected, today marks the start of a new day and a new beginning for us all, and especially the people of Christchurch and Canterbury. Like the life cycle of the butterfly, from the shattered cocoon of a once great place, a new and vibrant city can arise. It will be a city and a region inhabited by a resilient people and built on the foundations of a strong community. We have seen this community of people endure so much. It has been repeatedly tested and it has not been found wanting. It is a community of people committed to a strong and vibrant future for themselves, their children, their grandchildren, and future generations here in Christchurch and Canterbury. Achieving that aspiration will take time. Lives, communities, and cities are not built in a day. The pathway to that future may be long and sometimes difficult. At times, it may be obscured, yet I have no doubts the pathway will be travelled. The goal will be achieved. It will be achieved because the people of Christchurch and Canterbury are marked by the values that make all New Zealanders strong. It will be achieved because the people of Christchurch and Canterbury have repeatedly demonstrated their resilience and preparedness to get stuck in and help friends and strangers alike. And with that, you have demonstrated warmth, compassion, and that strong sense of community. It will be achieved because the people of Christchurch and Canterbury do not walk the pathway alone. Your extended family, the New Zealand family, are walking alongside you. Let me assure you, we have always been with you. For your tragedy has been New Zealand's tragedy. Such are the ties of this nation that there are few among us who have been untouched by what occurred. Together, we will build a stronger and better Christchurch. Together, we will see it reclaim its status and character here on the plains of Canterbury, beneath the Port Hills, as a vibrant garden city. So to close, I'd like to read a short poem, The City from the Hills, written by Arnold Wall in 1900. It speaks of the beauty of this city and the region. Wall wrote, "There lies our city folded in the mist, like a great meadow in the early morn, flinging her spears of grass up through the white films, each with its thousands tinted globes. Above us such an air as poets dream, the clean and vast wing-winnowed clime of heaven. Each of her streets is closed with shining Alps, like heaven at the end of a long plain lives. Much has been lost, although Christchurch and Canterbury will be rebuilt. It will not be the same vista that Arnold Wall wrote about 112 years ago, nor will it be the vista that existed 1 year ago today. Some things, however, will not change. A proud and prosperous city will stand here again, and we will see again each of her streets closed with shining Alps, like the heaven at the end of long plain lives. Of these things we should have no doubt. Kia ora hui hui tātou katoa."
In addition to that wonderful address from His Excellency, and in addition to the heartfelt words from His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, we have received a message from the Secretary of State for the United States of America, Mrs. Hillary Rodham Clinton, and we're going to see and hear that now.
Hello, everyone. I know it's been a year since that terrible earthquake struck New Zealand, but the memories are still fresh. I had just visited Christchurch a few months earlier and was shocked to learn and then see the scope of the damage. So many lives lost, so many homes and businesses destroyed. Together with the leadership of Ambassador Huebner and our embassy staff on the ground, we began to work out how the United States could help. After all, that is what friends are for. In the aftermath of the earthquake, the United States, along with many other countries, sent an urban search and rescue team to provide assistance. And when their mission ended, they gave their advanced rescue equipment to their Kiwi partners so the work could continue. When an earthquake struck Japan just weeks later, New Zealand quickly deployed its own teams along with that same equipment. In America, we call that paying it forward, and it was international relations at its very best. Even those of us who were far away on that terrible day share in your grief, and we know it's been a struggle, but through that struggle, we've seen the strength and perseverance of the people of Christchurch. So Christchurch, yes, we grieve with you, and we think about you all the time. But mostly as we celebrate 70 years of diplomatic relations with New Zealand, please know we will continue to support you, and we look forward to a long future of cooperation as we work together to both solve our common problems and to seize the opportunities of the 21st century. Thank you.
The message from the US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, a late addition to today's proceedings. Now we move to the Linwood College Orchestra playing Elgar's Nimrod. Linwood College Orchestra. And now we hear from the people of Christchurch themselves, Voices of Hope, a series of interviews with members of the Christchurch community where they describe what they love about Christchurch and their hope for the future.
In Greek mythology, the phoenix bird. The phoenix bird rose from the ashes. Destroyed in fire, rose from the ashes to have a new youth. And that's what I see Christchurch City as having.
As a family, we've always had a mantra that it's not what happens to you in this world, it's how you deal with it. And so we've chosen to actually stay and be part of whatever that rebuild is because we love our city.
I feel as though that we've just been pushed to our limits. And so since we've been pushed to our limits, nothing's going to stop us now because we know how far we can go as a community. We know what we can get through.
People have discovered strengths that they never knew they had.
They've been tested in a way that they've never been tested before. And I think the majority of people have responded really, really magnificently to that. And I think that's a sign of their character and their spirit. And it's quite humbling to be part of that.
You just dig in. You dig in and you be part of history because that's what we are.
I think as a community we handled it really well and we're going to get through this.
We won't have the same as what we've had, we know that. But I believe for something even better. You know, when people rise up and they get past the difficult things, you know, they'll be greater people for it.
Sometimes it can be really frustrating and feel like we're not making any progress, and then something changes and there's a release of optimism and positivity, and that's really, really important, I think.
And it's just been such a deluge of positive responses from people. They've come in, they've been a wee bit frightened, they've seen the devastation when they first walk into the area and gone, "Geez, we've lost a lot." We have lost a lot, but that's the opportunity. We can just do it better.